Good morning, everybody. So it is our final phonics lesson of the week. And today we're going to carry on looking at past tense verbs again, but this is going to be our last one that we're going to learn. And then next week, we're going to recap all of them because it can be quite complicated. It can be quite confusing, remembering all of the spelling patterns that we've got for our making past tense verbs. So yesterday we looked at what to do if a verb ends in a Y. And there were two different ways that we could do this, wasn't there? So the first thing that we did was we looked at words like play. Okay, so if I've got play just here, now to make this into the past tense, because it's got a vowel before the Y, all I needed to do there was add an ED to the end of it. So play becomes plays. And if I put my sound buttons on there, we can see that I've got my played. Okay, so all I need to do was add ED onto the end of it. Easy peasy. Then it got a little bit trickier, didn't it? Because what we had to do then was we had to think about words that ended with a Y, but they also had a consonant before the Y. Words like, I'm going to put my sound buttons on, words like this. Let's see if we can sound it out together. Are you ready? W or E. Worry. Okay, so in worry, we've got a Y at the end. The final letter is a Y. However, before the Y, we've got a consonant, which is the letter R. Now, if you had a consonant before the Y, what we need to do was remove that Y, take it away, drop it. We don't want it anymore. And in its place, we needed to use three letters that came together as a suffix. Okay, so the three letters were, can you remember what they are? Let's see if we've got the same ones. I-E-D. So a lot of the times when we change words that end in a Y, then we often replace the Y for an I. So we change it from a Y and put it into an I instead. So now I've got W or R-E-D, worried. And here we can see it's got two sounds, E-D, E-D, so worried. So I've got a little two just there to remind me that I've got two sounds in there, okay? So that's what we were looking at yesterday, okay? And it was a little bit tricky, but I think you guys were able to do that very, very well. So today then, our final rule that we're going to look at is going to need us to remember our vowels and our consonants again, okay? So it's very important. This is why we did a lot of work on this to start with. So what we're looking at today, we're looking at words where sometimes we need to double a letter, or more importantly, we need to double a consonant, okay? So I'll show you what we need to do. Now, if I look at my word that I've got here, jump, let's sound it out together. J or jump. Now, what I need to do to decide if I need to double this consonant or not at the end is I need to look at the letter that comes before the final consonant. So this is a consonant here. Okay, let's first of all think about what the vowels are. Are you ready? The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, aren't they? So I'll write those on the board as well, so you can remember those ones. A, E, I, O, and U. So we look for the final consonant. This is going to be our consonant just here, isn't it? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll put a little C just above there, okay? Just so you can remember that's a consonant. Now, I'm going to look at the letter that comes before that final consonant. And in this case, we've got the letter M. Now, I need to work out, is the letter M a vowel or is it a consonant? What do you think? It's going to be a consonant, isn't it? Because these are my vowels here. Is it one of those letters? It's not. So it's going to be a consonant. So if there is a consonant before the final consonant, or if there's if there's a long vowel sound before the final consonant, all we need to do in that case is add an ED to the end of it. We don't need to double it, okay? It just stays the same as normal. So it becomes jumped, okay? So we've got the ED ending making the T phoneme, okay? Now, the rule that we're looking at today is when a word has a short vowel sound before the final consonant, okay, now remember short vowel sounds aren't the long vowel sounds where they make the same sound as the name of the letters. So if I turn back over here, long vowel sounds would be the A phoneme, E, I, O, and U or U phonemes. They'd be the long vowel sounds. The short vowel sounds instead would be A, E, I, O, and O. Okay, so that's where it's making the short sounds instead. So if my word, let's have a look, I know which one I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose an example just here. Okay, so in this word just here, let's sound it out really quickly, hop, hop. Now, in hop, before the final consonant, I'm going to look at the vowel that comes before it, okay? So I'm going to put a little C for consonant and a V for vowel just there. Now, I've got to work out, is this vowel here a short vowel sound or a long vowel sound? Now, it's the letter O. So if it were a long vowel sound, it would make an O phoneme, wouldn't it? Okay. But if it was a short vowel sound, it would make an O phoneme. So let's work out, is it a short vowel sound or is it a long vowel sound? Let's sound it out one more time. Oh, it's going to be a short vowel sound. So if it has a short vowel sound, then before that final consonant, what I'm going to do to it is I'm going to double that consonant, which was there. So I had a P, now I'm going to double it, so I've got two Ps, okay? Now, do you think that makes it into the past tense just by adding another consonant? No, what do we have to do? We have to add the ed ending to it again, okay, for my ed suffix. So what's happened now is I've doubled my consonant here, so I've got up, and then what I've done is added my suffix, which makes a t phoneme just there. So I've got hot instead, okay? And that also works for words like a little bit longer one. It's quite similar, actually. Let's have a look at this one. We've got up, stop. Now, in stop, if I look at the final consonant, which is just here, have I got a short or long vowel sound before it? Well, I know that's going to be a short vowel sound. The letter O here isn't making an O phoneme, it's going to make an O phoneme instead. So it's going to be a short vowel sound. So what I need to do if it's a short vowel sound is double it. So I need to add another one to it. So I'm going to double it, and don't forget, I need to add my ed ending to it as well, okay? So that's what I popped in just there. So I want you to have a little look at the phonics sheet again today, okay? The last lesson on there, and there is a range of words on here. Let me see if I can share my screen for you. Okay, I think I've managed to find it now. So on the final lesson then, we're going to have a look at this one just here, okay, doubling the consonants lesson. And in there, we've got a range of words at the end of that session, okay? Now, these words are going to require you to have a really good think about what you can do to add the ed ending to it. Do you need to add just ed? Do you need to double a consonant? Do you need to drop a y and add ied instead? Have a little think about what it is that you need to do to these words, okay? Good luck with that one, and you can also put them in some silly sentences if you want to as well. Good luck, and let us know how you get on. See you all later.